Hello friends, welcome back to Gulf Coast Urban Farm. I am so happy that you've decided to hang out with me today. And today what we're going to do is we're going to actually make some bread. I haven't made actual bread in quite a number of years. And I'm just going to tell you up front, being totally transparent, this may be a total flop. Or it may be perfection. Or somewhere in between. But whatever it is, I'm bringing you along for the ride, and let's get started. Okay, friends, we are going to follow a recipe that, well, I found on one of the channels that I frequent often. And it is Rose Red Homestead. You know, the woman with the gadget. Well, her bread recipe sounded really easy, and so I thought I'd give it a shot. Remember, this may be a total fail, or it could be perfection, or anywhere in between. It is what it is. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming and watching this video. If you are not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and hitting the notifications bell so that you will be notified every time I drop a new video. Be sure to like this video if you got anything out of it or you enjoyed it. And please, leave a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right. It's been so long. Okay, the recipe states that you need 6½ cups of flour. Now, anybody that makes bread knows that the amount of flour you really need is based on your kitchen, the humidity, the temperature, everything. So, I have measured out 6½ cups, and I will take some out for that. But before we get started, I need to proof my yeast. So, I have a little container right here that I can proof my yeast in. And I need 2 tablespoons of yeast. So let me get my 2 tablespoons of yeast. 1. And 2. Okay. Now, we're also going to put in this a ½ teaspoon of sugar, and of course I did not get my ½ teaspoon out, but that's okay, it didn't take long. Okay, ½ teaspoon of sugar and a ¼ cup of water. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stir this around. I'm going to get my little, these are actually coffee spoons, but I don't drink coffee anymore, so they get used for a little bit of everything. So we're just going to stir it around, get it all mixed up. And then while we get everything ready before we put the yeast in, we will and folks, we already have bubbles. This is some very active yeast. But we're going to proof it for 10 minutes, just like it says. So, we're going to set that over there, and we're going to proof it for 10 minutes. Okay, friends, I would say the yeast has foamed up. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to measure out this flour real quick. So, I'm going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to start with about 5½ cups of flour. And then I'm going to simply dump my yeast and my sugar. So my yeast and my sugar are going to all go in here. Oh, this yeast smells so good. I don't know if anybody feels the same way as I do. Now, having said that, I don't drink beer, and I know beer smells the same way, but I just love the way yeast smells. Okay, we've got that in there. And now we are going to sprinkle our sugar. That is 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then we have a 1.5 teaspoons of salt that we are just going to sprinkle around. And we're going to mix this up. I just use a wooden spoon. I guess you could use anything else. I don't have one of those fancy mixers that you can use to make bread dough. Probably wouldn't use it anyway because I'd have to pull it out. I have very limited counter space, so I don't have a lot of gadgets. I have a lot of space taken up with honey garlic and canning jars and such, and over there you can see that I'm making homemade vinegar, but for cleaning purposes, not for using, ingesting. It's for cleaning purposes. Okay, I've got that mixed up pretty good, so I now have 2½ cups of warm water, and it is approximately 90 degrees. I actually tested it a little while ago, and it was a little more than that, so I feel pretty certain it's somewhere around 90 degrees. And then just mix this all up. Get all this flour incorporated into the liquid. Well, I may have overshot the flour. I really thought with all of the rain we've had the last couple of days that it would be really, and it is very humid in here. Well, maybe not. It seems to be taking it up pretty good. So maybe not. Maybe we're okay. It is a little sticky, but you know, that's what you expect. Let's get that dough all up in there. Oops. Just what I need to be throwing stuff around. Okay, we're going to need some more flour in this, but this is where I need to get my hands in it. I have to get my hands in there so I can feel it. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done it, but I do remember a little bit. So, we're going to put that right there. And I just need just a little bit, I think. I don't know that I'll need much more than that. really sticky. Okay, apparently, for some reason, my camera decided that the batteries were no longer any good. Didn't notice it at first, but that's okay. I'm not done yet. So, you just need your bread, and the deal is, you just have to feel it. And for those of you that bake bread, you know this. And Rose Red, on her thing, says, knead dough until gluten is developed. Now, it's getting there, but it's still a little sticky. So, I'm going to solve that problem here right now. Maybe I shouldn't have used a plastic bowl. I know I used to have a ceramic bowl that I made all my bread in when I made bread so much, but I guess when I downsized and moved down here to the coast, I must have gotten rid of it because I felt like I probably wasn't going to make much bread. Because when I moved down here, I moved into a little 2-bedroom apartment. Big mistake, but that's a story for a whole nother video. Rose Red's hands must be a little bit bigger than mine too, because when I try to do the caterpillar thing that she talks about, my hands almost won't go around this dough. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually a little high for me. I'm a little short stuff, and I put this thing on top of my sink so that I could use it as a area to make my bread. And I think this sink must be higher than the one I had in my other house before I moved down here. Okay. Sorry about all that noise. It's not quite elastic enough yet. Well, sounds like my FedEx man is delivering my package. My dog can get quite obnoxious when people come to the door. Just beat it down. because it is ready to be folded into a nice Okay guys, it is time for me to set this aside and let it rise and clean up my mess that I've made. So once this rises, it says an hour to an hour and a half. As hot as it is here, it may not take that long, but whenever it gets ready, I'll bring you back and show you what we do then. Okay friends, I'm back, and I may have actually waited a little bit too long, and the thing about it is, it's only been about 35 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to take this plastic wrap off. Now, full disclosure, after I cut the camera off, let's do it this way. Get it back down in there. After I cut the camera off, I realized I had not put the oil in this. So I did go back and flatten it out and put my oil in it, which was 3 tablespoons, and then just knead it up and get it really good. Hush, Harley, hush. So let's just roll it out here. Oh, okay. And we just degas it. I think I need a bigger pastry mat. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to make sure that all the bubbles are out, because when I have sandwich bread, and this is what I'm making it for, I don't want those big old holes in it that's going to make, if I make toast, make the holes, make the jelly come out of the holes, or if I'm making a sandwich, have food falling out in my lap because I have messed up and have holes in my bread. So okay, I'm going to cut this what I think is about half. It's hard to tell because it's a lot longer than my pastry mat. But we're going to say right about here. Okay, so now I'm going to sit this over here, and we're going to work on this one. Now I'm going to get this one ready. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get this ready for the pan. Now I have, it's an 8.5 by 4, I think. Now, Rose Red on her homestead, on her channel, she uses dark pans, and I don't have any dark pans, so I'll just cut my temp down. She says bake it at 375 for approximately 40 minutes, but what I'm going to do is bake it at 350 for about 40 minutes. Because, you know, clear dishes cause you to have, it'll brown too much. So, I'm making this too long, and I see that. I'm trying to smush it up, but I don't want ugly bread. I mean, I'll eat it if it's ugly. It doesn't matter. And the reason it doesn't matter is because if it tastes good, it tastes good regardless. So, we're going to dump it in here. And yes, it's too big for my pan. But we're going to now do it this way. And now do it this way. Kind of tuck it under. Oh, there's the oven. It's been preheating so that it would be ready. Okay, so that's tucked under. And we're going to set it over here to proof for just a few minutes while I get this other one ready. And let's just sprinkle a little flour here. You probably noticed I forgot to sprinkle flour when I first took it out of the bowl and had to come back and do it again. It happens. It happens. I still hear bubbles popping in here. I do. But it's just about ready. Okay, let's fold it in to about halfway. Poke the edges down. And then fold it up. Poke the edges down. And then fold it in about like that. And about like that. I have to admit, I've never been real good at shaping my bread. But I intend to work on this so that it will be, I will get better. I've always been told, practice makes perfect. And I intend to be doing a lot of practicing on my bread. So, let's get this one in here. I did better with not making it so big. Let's tuck it a little bit more. Tuck it a little bit more. Okay, we are ready to let this proof for just a few minutes, and then I will get it in the oven and bake it. And once it's all done, I will bring you back and I will show you the end product. And fail or perfection, it doesn't matter. I will bring you back to see the results. So, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright friends, it looks like it's ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to now open the oven door. And I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but we're going to try. Nope, I can't. So I'm going to set you down. Good thing I didn't take it off the tripod, huh? Because sometimes... Okay, friends, there it is. I don't think it's a fail. I haven't tasted it, obviously, but I think it is. I don't know if I'll go as far as perfection because my pans were not large enough, but I'm going to correct that and get some larger pans for the next time. Okay friends, I am so happy that you came and hung out with me today while I was making bread, and I really appreciate you more than you know. And if you are not a subscriber, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And I wish all of you would like and comment this video. And you know, I just like hanging out with my friends. So I'm going to end here, and I'm going to tell you that I will see you in the next video, and you have a blessed day. Bye.